Hi and welcome to Hihu, and in this video we'll be unwinding and taking things a little bit more casual. Sometimes you just might not be in the mood to devour an intense 12+ hour long game. You might just want to sit back and do something a little bit more chilled to take your mind off things. So in this video we'll be taking a look at one of those games. The game I want to talk to you about is Battleblock Theater, released in April of 2013 by developer The Behemoth. The game is a goofy platformer that sets the player on a stage performing death-defying performances and feats to a crowd of sadistic cats for their own amusement. The game is either a single player or co-op experience. I primarily played this game with Cameron, who occasionally reviews on this channel. The story is simple. You are on board the SS Friendship, which gets shipwrecked on a mysterious island run by cats. You and the members of the crew are held prisoner by the cats, and your best friend Hattie now leads them, who now wears a mysterious and cursed top hat. Battleblock Theater works simply by having the player perform on these platforming stages, capitalizing on games similar to Rayman Origins and Little Big Planet. Your mistakes often lead you to figure out how to proceed to the next part of the map. Whilst I got to play this game with a friend and having a ball dying or causing the death of my friend, having only played a few rounds of the game by myself, it's still fun due to the absurdist nature and goofy humor, but when it's with a friend it's so much better. Like Rayman Origins or Little Big Planet, a lot of the platformy bits can be performed with help of a friend, often going ahead to retrieve something or push a button so that they could walk across. But other than throwing your teammate across the scene often led in much hilarity, as well as the strange help and self-destruct commands. Upon the completion of each map, the game gives you the ability to go and spend gems that you've earned from collecting in each stage. These gems save a crew of the SS Friendship and allow the player to unlock and buy new heads and weapons. The small amount of customization lended itself very similar to games like Little Big Planet, probably my favourite platformer of all time. And whilst the customization is slim, there is some form of comedy to it with how strange and silly these heads and weapons can get. The weapon variety here is fairly broad, each having their own way to be used or thrown. The art style of the game, as well as the narration, lends itself very similar to the whole flash animation feel that boomed around the mid-noughties, often seen on sites like Newgrounds, and kind of similar to the whole Explosum style. The content of its animation is hilarious.
Rise in a huge, massive storm brewed out of nowhere. Boy, that was quick. And there was thunder. Boom! And the lightning. Boom! And the wind. Boom! And like that, it was over. "Is everyone okay?" said Hattie. "I don't know what I'd do if I lost even one of you," Hattie continued. "But the eye of the storm is very misleading, children. Never turn your back on it, because the ocean was all like, psych! And it came back even bigger this time, twice as big. As if Poseidon himself extended his hand in friendship and they spat in his mouth. Boy, he was pissed. He was mad."
Cameron made a good point by saying that this game could kind of be seen as a bit of commentary to the whole streaming and Twitch culture that has really arisen over the last few years. The player becomes the performer for an audience in much the same way actors or sports players do, but the nature of the video game medium makes these performances much more absurdist. Failure of the performer being death and frustration becomes the main tool in which they generate humor for the audience. And I think this kind of rings true. Often Hattie would be yelling commentary when the players die, and the overall experience is pretty damn funny, especially when you're with a friend. I'm going to leave this one short and sweet. It's a simplistic game that's won over my heart by its simplistic yet familiar art style, its fun co-op yet sometimes tricky level design, and its hilarious and random humor. The game sells for around $15 on Steam and also sells on Xbox Arcade. I recommend buying the co-op Chaos Pack for $25, as whilst I enjoyed the experience by myself, playing it with a mate is so much more sweeter. If you like what you've seen here and you want to see more, hit the like and sub button. This is Shawnee Maurice from Hihu. Thanks for watching.